Yes, folks, it's John G. Sutton here. Tales from the Jails. Sincerely hope you're enjoying this channel, and don't forget, folks, my book is on Amazon. There it is. That's me as a lad, by the way. There I am. See that? That's me. See what 50 years will do to you. Your beard goes white. Anyway, it's doing quite well on Amazon, yeah. HMP Manchester Prison Officer. And my hair's falling out as well. Anyway, I'm going to talk today about the block. Yeah, the block, both at Strangeways and at Wormwood Scrubs. But the block in general, the block is the segregation unit. It's a term used generally generically throughout the British prison system, for the place where people are held on segregation. You know, it's otherwise known as non-associated labour, or being banged up down the block, as they say. Now, you get banged up down the block for many things, you know. Usually, when I was at Strangeways, Norman Brown, who was the guy who put you down the block, you know, he was the governor, so he could sentence you to like 14 days non-associated labour. That's when you get down D1 and you get to meet the school bully. And the school bully had a certain knack, you know. He used to say, seriously, to new recruits to the block, call them recruits, yeah. He used to say to them, you've got 10 seconds to hit me, and then after that 10 seconds is gone, I'm going to give you the best hiding you've ever had in your life. And he seemed to be fairly capable, because he certainly did it. I never saw anybody win. You know, the block always won, because little did they know that although they were standing in the cell with the school bully, outside the door were 4 or 5 big henchmen. And should the school bully start to come unstuck a little bit, they'd team in, but they never did. I never saw that happen. Always saw him, because you see, people who are down the block, they're vulnerable, aren't they? They're in a weakened position. They think, if I do hit this guy, I'm going to get further problems. I've already got 7 days down the block, or 14 days, or whatever it was. There was a limit that they could stay down the block on governor's orders. That was, I think it was 28 days, and then they had to get the board of visitors in. And there were people who were down there on virtually permanently, because they were considered to be extremely dangerous. There was one big fellow there called George Wilkinson. I previously mentioned him, who was terrorising the village he came from in Cumbria. Great big 6'7", something like that. He was a massive man. And when he got down the block, because he didn't last long on the landings, because he was throwing his weight around, and so team-handed, they went in, dragged him down the block, banged him up, and of course in protest he decided he was going on a food-free diet. I assumed that he went voluntarily, but eventually he was drinking copious amounts of water, and I know that the doctors went to see him, and despite what you might think about the prison doctors, they did make an effort to persuade him to start eating normally again and stop drinking all this water, you know. So, but he eventually damaged himself internally, his internal organs, and he was removed from Strangeways to Walton Jail in Liverpool, where he subsequently died. But it wasn't, the staff didn't absolutely punish him for that. No, they weren't punishing him. He was doing it to himself. I think what happened there, me personally, because I met him a few times, he was a giant, yeah. I believe that what he did, he couldn't face the fact that he had arrived in connection with his nemesis. Here it was, and it was called the block, yeah, because you don't win down there. Seen loads of them down there. My mate Eric Allison was down there. Not during my time. I never saw Eric Allison on the block. In fact, I never saw Eric Allison in prison at all, although he did go in and out of Strangeways and once escaped. But I never actually personally met him as a prisoner. I knew him as a writer, when he came out of prison, because we cooperated on a book together called A Serious Disturbance, which tells the story of the Strangeways riot and what was leading up to it. If you read that book, it's available on Amazon. A Serious Disturbance, Eric Allison. You'll see that in there's a chapter written by me called A Prison Officer's Tale. Seriously, we cooperated on that. And then, of course, I helped Mark Leach, who was in Strangeways, but I didn't meet him there. I first met Mark Leach, who is the editor and author of The Prison's Handbook. When he was at Wormwood Scrubs, I think he was 19 or 20 at the time, but he was starred up. That's when a sophisticated younger inmate is taken from the young offenders unit and put into the adult prison because he's too sophisticated and adult to be held among the younger inmates. He was perfectly amicable. I mean, I didn't really befriend him or he befriend me. We just saw each other there. But when he came out of prison, he came to see me because he had a problem getting a publisher for his book, The Prison's Handbook. And I had some connections with publishers in London at the time. And took him down there to meet the directors of Pluto Press, and they published his book. He said the second edition of The Prison's Handbook. And if you look inside, in the acknowledgements, you'll see that I get a listing there. John Sutton. Yeah, because I did he was behind schedule, you see, so I assisted him in writing that particular edition. He's gone on to great things, Mark Leach, working in a society, a charitable society for prisoners called Unlock. I believe he was working alongside Stephen Fry and company. But I'm talking specifically about the block. It can break your will, you know, because they were using a throwback at Strangeways to the silent system. When the silent system involved of not speaking to prisoners, so the staff were absolutely stum, you know. They'd open them up. They might point to the latrines or point to the to collect the meal, but they certainly didn't speak to inmates, which is kind of cruel. I mean, that's a form of cruelty, in my opinion. But that was the kind of experience at the block. And also, if you did step out of line, then of course they had the school bully, they had the Chinese money box, Piggy, and various others there to deal with you. I was down there too, but I didn't lay hands on inmates. I was just on the periphery of the staff. That's the song dinger, by the way. I hope it's striking terror into the hearts of the goats. Because here we go. I'm gonna make an attempt to sing to you now. It is an attempt, by the way. Song dinger warning, final warning. That's it. Yeah. And don't forget to buy my book, folks. And this is a song that I remember my dad used to play. Yeah, we had it on a 78. This is Tennessee Ernie Ford. His song was called 16 Tons. And this is my version of 16 tons, so by the time I finish it'll be 16 pounds more likely, yeah. Some people say a man is made out of mud, a poor man's made out of muscle and blood, skin and bone, a mind that's weak, and a back that's strong. He sold 16 tons. What do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me. I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. I was born one morning when the sun didn't shine. I picked up my shovel and walked to the mine. I loaded 16 ton of number 9 coal. The straw boss said, well, bless my soul, you load 16 ton. What do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. I was born one morning in the drizzling rain. Fighting and trouble, well, they're my middle name. I was raised in the canebrake by old Mama Lion. Called 9, no high-toned woman gonna make me walk the line. You load 16 tons, and what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. If you see me coming, you better step aside. A lot of men didn't, and a lot of men died. One fist of iron, the other of steel. If the right one don't get you, then the left one will. You load 16 ton, and what do you get? Just another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. There you go. Terrified them all, eh? Tales from the jails. Thanks for watching.